Welcome to Anime Trends. Ranking the 20 strongest mech-suits in anime. Anime. The genre that gave the world magical crime-fighting schoolgirls and plenty of shows involving dubious uses of tentacles is also responsible for giving the world the giant robot. First debuting in 1963's Tetsujin 28, the mech has become a bona fide staple of anime, popping up in hundreds of shows involving towering titans of metal duking it out with monsters and mechs. But as fans soaked in the anime robot goodness over the years, an inevitable question arose: just which anime mech is the strongest? Much like the giant robots themselves, this question is a big one. After all, when there are hundreds, if not thousands of massive mechs wielding flaming swords and giant laser guns, how do you even begin to rank them? Well, CBR has decided to put this age-old debate to bed. Combing through hundreds of anime automatons is no easy task, but after running the statistics, crunching the numbers, and looking at so many Gundams it would make your head spin, we were able to figure out the top 20 strongest mechs in anime history. So grab the dusty raw Zephon DVD, snag that Ramoon from the fridge, and settle in. Let's talk giant robots. 20. Hiroman. Taking the number 20 spot on our list is a giant robot created by the one and only Stan the Man Lee. That's right, true believers, joining forces with writer Taman Oda and anime studio Bones, Lee created Hiroman, a heroic mech defender of Earth. Piloted by the plucky Joey Jones, Hiroman battles the villainous alien race known as the Skrug. With an assortment of offensive and defensive capabilities, including energy-powered punches, the ability to grow in size, electric blasts, and an interior electromagnet that allows Hiroman to pull in metal, Hiroman is no chump in the power department. While Hiroman may not be the strongest mech to ever grace anime, he definitely deserves a spot on the list. Nuff said. 19. Reijino H. You don't need military training to pilot a giant robot. Sometimes, you don't even need to be out of elementary school. Case in point, the powerful Reijino, which might just be the strongest mech ever piloted by a class of 5th graders. Entrusted to the Earth Defense class by an otherworldly heroic being, Reijino serves as the last line of defense against insidious creatures dubbed the Evil Beasts. Composed of a lion mech, a phoenix mech, and a humanoid mech, Reijino is formed when the giant robots come together. Equipped with a massive sword and a powerful beam attack, Reijino is a force to be reckoned with in battle. But the mech becomes even stronger when it achieves its god Reijino form, which allows the giant robot to decimate foes with a single sword slash. 18. Big O. We bet you can hear the theme song in your head already. Piloted by the debonair Roger Smith, this Megadus is used to protect the denizens of Paradigm City from all manner of bestial baddies and massive mechs. Standing over 30 meters tall, Big O is a massive mech, but it doesn't rely solely on its size. Rather, this giant robot is outfitted with an array of devastating weapons. With piston-powered arms, Big O can deliver the mighty sudden impact punch, which has been shown to punch holes right through enemies. Additionally, the Big O is loaded with lasers, missiles, and even rocket-powered anchors. Big O might look bulky and clunky, but don't be fooled, the Big O is a force to be reckoned with. 17. Unicorn Gundam. Okay, the name Unicorn Gundam may not sound particularly fearsome, but this giant robot is a far cry from the majestic fantasy creature from whom it derives its name. In fact, despite his silly name, the Unicorn Gundam is a bona fide butt kicker. Gaining its name from the distinctive horn on its head, Unicorn Gundam is constructed from an experimental psychoframe material, which allows Unicorn Gundam to be piloted via thought. Through this unique interface, Unicorn Gundam is granted greater speeds and combat reflexes than rival Gundams, ensuring Unicorn Gundam is always one step ahead of the competition in battle. Add in a psycho field that allows Unicorn to read enemy pilots' minds and shut down mechs via thought, and you've got one powerful Gundam. 16. Brave Raideen. When it comes to giant anime robots, Brave Raideen is a true OG. Debuting all the way back in 1975, this mighty mech has been battling the Demon Empire for literal decades. But don't let his age fool you, Brave Raideen can still hold his own with the strongest of anime's giant robots. Powered by the pyramid power derived from the mystical star of Aremu, brave Raideen possesses an assortment of abilities, including a sword dubbed the God Breaker and bladed missiles called the God Missiles. When it comes time to put the enemy down, Raideen transforms into the God Bird, sensing a trend here, a jet mode that allows Raideen to fly through enemies at supersonic speeds. Brave Raideen might be over 40 years old, but he more than deserves a spot on the list of strongest anime mechs. 15. Daytarn 3. Just about every child wishes they could live in a giant mansion, splitting their time between enjoying their riches and piloting a totally rad giant robot. But for Invincible Steel Man Daytarn 3 pilot Banjo Heron, this isn't just mere fantasy, this is his life. Yes, Banjo has it made in the shade, with a palatial estate and a massive mech. But Daytarn 3 isn't just the plaything of a snot-nosed rich kid. This mech packs a punch. Outfitted with swords, javelins, boomerangs, missiles, and cannons, Daytarn 3 is more than equipped to take down the competition. If that isn't enough, Daytarn 3 has been known to finish foes off with a mighty flying kick, which hits so hard that it causes enemies to explode. That's the kind of skill that earns you a spot on our list. 14. Gundam Wing Zero. There are goofy-looking giant anime robots, and then there is Gundam Wing Zero. Does it make any degree of sense to make a giant robot with angel wings, complete with feathers? Absolutely not. But does it look totally rad? You better believe it. But it's not just Gundam Wing Zero's look that makes this mech so marvelous. In fact, this is one butt-kicking bot. Outfitted with laser rifles and a beam saber, this giant robo's defining characteristic is the Zero system, an onboard interface that gives pilot hero Yui a flood of tactical information, including every potential combat outcome. With this system, Wing Zero is almost unbeatable in battle, albeit with a heavy mental toll on the pilot. It is this downfall that prevents Gundam Wing Zero from ranking higher, but this legendary Gundam more than deserves a spot on this list. 13. Lion Voltron. While Americans may know this colorful collective of lions as Voltron, this big bot is better known as Beast King Go Lion in its native Japan. But how does that old saying go? A giant robot by any other name would destroy bad guys just as sweet. Or something like that. Composed of 5 mighty lion mechs, the legendary Voltron towers above the competition, clocking in at a ridiculous 60 meters tall. Equipped with an array of powers including I-beams, missiles, rocket fists, and flamethrowers, Voltron's true claim to fame is the blazing sword, a sword so powerful that it can cleave an enemy in half with a single swing. Separately, the lions that compose Voltron are a force to be reckoned with, but combined, Lion Voltron becomes one of the most formidable mechs in anime. 12. Strike Freedom Gundam. Never mind Strike Freedom Gundam's madlib combination of words of a name, this is one bot not to be trifled with. Widely considered to be one of the strongest mechs in the Gundam universe, the Strike Freedom Gundam is as capable as it is deadly. Strike Freedom Gundam is outfitted with your garden variety beam cannons and railguns, but it's the mech's Voiture Lumiere propulsion system that puts it heads and shoulders above the competition. Taking the form of massive wings on its back, the Voiture Lumiere system allows Strike Freedom to move at incredible speeds, ensuring the giant robot can dodge even the quickest of attacks. Compound this lightning-quick maneuverability with an arsenal to match the army of a small country, and you've got one legendarily powerful anime mech. 11. Mazing Kaiser SKL. No, this isn't Grimdark, the giant robot. This Reaper wannabe is Mazing Kaiser SKL, a massive mech that wields dual pistols and a ridiculous sword. Don't let the Hot Topic paint job fool you, this is one robo you don't want to cross. A sequel to the beloved Mazinger Z anime of the 70s, Mazing Kaiser SKL is a far cry from its squeaky clean precursor. Wielding a transforming sword dubbed the Ganzantu and handguns called the Breast Triggers, Mazing Kaiser SKL is a formidable force in battle. Additionally, SKL possesses the abilities of each previous Mazinger incarnation, giving him access to destructive lightning blasts and breath that causes opponent mechs to rust and break down. Mazing Kaiser SKL may look like he fronts a Lacuna Coil cover band, but this giant robo is incredibly powerful, and is certainly no joke.